talk a little bit here. What is a long entry? How do we know that we want to go long? Now that we kind of know what the bars are, we know what the indicators are, we know what I zones are. Let's talk about, okay, that's great, John. You just talked for, 30 minutes about these indicators. What do I do with them? I'm tired of hearing about that. Show me a chart. Here we go. Chart example. Market, look at the left-hand side of the chart. Market's coming down. Where is it coming down to? What is this green shade here? An I zone. It's a buy zone. Do we ever want to look for, if the market's coming down and it's coming to a green zone, do we want to be looking for sells? Do we want to be looking to go short right there? What do you think we're looking for? What kind of entry are we looking for when the market's getting down to a green zone? Yeah, we're looking to buy. Long. Green means buy. We're not looking for a short trade there, right? The market's heading to a green zone. Only one trade we're looking for is to go long. Okay, so right here, the market hits this green zone. On this bar right here, okay, don't worry about these MVP. Remember these triangles I showed you? We're not worried about those right now. I'll tell you about those in a minute. What happens when this bar right here closes? Look at the bar itself. Does the bar itself have a green shade around it? Remember the bar coloring to keep us out of chop? It's not orange, is it? And it's not red, it's green. So we're out of chop. It's a confirmed, non-choppy green bar, right? What else turned green right here? Look at this band. See this trend band was red here, and then it crossed over and it flipped to what? Green right there. Also, look at the trend flip. See this line? Where did it turn green? Right there. See this trend flip line indicator we talked about? Where did it flip? Right there. Everybody see that? Green bar, green trend flip, green trend band. Also, what color of trend catcher arrow did we get right here? We got a cyan, which is a what? Heads up. Heads up. Market may be reversing, right? Because market's coming down. Got the heads up alert on the sign from the trend catcher right here. And notice the market's coming down. On this bar when it closed up, we got a cyan alert saying heads up, market may be going up. On the very next bar, we got the trend catcher solid green confirmed arrow saying yes. We've got an entry, a long entry. But just because that trend catcher green arrow popped up saying yes, go, we don't automatically go. Why? Well, first of all, we only go if it's bouncing off a green I zone, right? And we only go if everything else is green. Not worried about these predictors, but everything else is green. Does that make sense? Yeah, Dale says, can you set these colors differently? Yes, and we actually just released a brand new template last night. I'm going to show it to you here in just a second. It is so much simpler than what I'm even showing you right now. Like, you'll be mad for me even wasting time on this chart right here showing you. You'll be like, man, I'll show you in a minute. It is super clean. So everything was green. So again, market's bouncing off an I zone. We're not just using one random indicator, looks at one random thing to determine our entry. We're making sure that all the different aspects that should line up, whether it's looking at, short-term, long-term, highs and lows, X number of bars, whatever, is all in place. And then we enter as soon as the market breaks 3 ticks above that bar. So 3 ticks up, boom, we enter, and we went long. Does that make sense? We went long. Yes, Eric can trade right off NT. That's exactly what we do. I'm Ninja Trader. Yep. We went long. Okay. Everybody understand that? So when the market's coming up to one of those random zones, how do I know when to get in? That's how you know when to get in. When everything is lining up. Not just because you had oh, it hit that zone and we got one up close bar. Let's roll, people. Nope. Not just because one thing, looking at one thing says to go, waiting for everything to line up, and then we go. Okay. Now, remember how I told you a second ago, granted, right here, remember our MVP predictors, these little triangles? Those weren't lining up yet, were they? Well, we're not needing those to line up. What those are is we're using these to help trail our stops. So as the market, we get in and we're following the market up. And I can trail my stop with either the trend flip line or with the MVP line predictors, meaning I went long, I bought, the market's going up, and then when the market comes down, and then when it hits one of these predictors, goes 3 ticks under the predictor, I'm out. That's our trailing stop there. That's when I'm out, okay? So when I enter this trade initially, and let's say I'm wrong. Say I buy, saying the market's going up, and I'm wrong, and the market comes down. My first stop, where do I put my stop at initially? I'm going to put it at the swing low, which is right here. See that? The market came down. That was the low. Then as it started to come back up, I got in. If I was wrong and it gets back to this level, I'm going to get out. But as this MVP is moving up with us, I'm trailing my stop with that. And when it hits it, I'm getting out. Okay? All right, Dale, what we're talking about here is for futures, Forex, Nadex spread, stocks, CFDs. Okay? That's a long entry. That's how we go to buy. All right? That's it. So, on a long entry, we're entering off the I zones. We're waiting for all the indicators to line up green. We're trailing it with the predictors or the trend flip. How many videos and training courses and how many hours do you think you need to spend learning what a long entry is? You just did. You got it. Okay? Joseph, can it really be this easy? I'll show you some more here, Joseph. All right? Let's look at a short entry. Same thing, just backwards. Actually, it's the same chart I just showed you. Market came up here. Where did it get to? An I zone level, right? A sell level. Okay? So what happened right here? We're at an I zone level. The trend flipped red. The trend bands flipped red. Do we enter? No. Why? Because it's not perfectly set up yet, is it? And what happens? Market comes down, pops up, boom. What do we get right here? Bouncing off an I zone, we get a cyan arrow from our trend catcher saying, heads up, this may be it. And then on the next bar, what do we get? Solid red trend catcher arrow confirming the down, the sell signal. And at the same time, what's red? Trend bands is red, trend flip is red, and the bar color is red. So what do? 3 ticks below that, we go short, we sell. We follow it all the way down. When the market pops up, hits the predictors, 3 tick, we get out. Okay, that's it. Yes, Dave, exactly. It's all about the trend catcher. Everything else in the world can line up, but if you don't get that trend catcher confirmed arrow, at the same time that when this confirmed arrow, say to go short, when that happens, everything has to be lining up. We don't just randomly go just because, oh, look, right here, just randomly it's green, or, oh, look, right here, things look red. It all has to line up. Okay? Darby, you get out 3 ticks above the trend. Well, like right here, for example, Darby, when we went short, see these predictors, these little triangles right here? You see that? We're using that as our stop. Now, you could use this, you know, this line here if you want. It's a little bit closer. But see how right here, there's a triangle, there's a triangle, and then here's one. When the market went 3 ticks above that, we got out. Okay, that's what we're using these triangles for. Okay, so short entries. We're entering off I zones, waiting for all the indicators to line up red, and we're trailing with the predictors or the trend flip. Again, that's a short entry. You just learned it. Now, that has been our standard original I-zone sharpshooter system. Okay, Walter, right now we're not. Okay, we are testing it out on some binary stuff. Okay, but right now we're using it for spreads, stocks, futures, Forex, CFDs. Okay, so what I just showed you is our original I-zone sharpshooter system that we have been using now for quite a while. Okay, the one downside to it was there was a lot of times where the market may make a really big move, but we missed it. And we missed it because, like in this example, let's just say, everything lined up except for the bar chop. This bar color might not have been red because it might just not have flipped just yet, but it would have been a good entry. Okay, and what we've done is gone back and programmed in a new entry. Okay, and it's called the Trendar momentum indicator, and it's this indicator that you see at the bottom. Okay, looks complex. It's not. All you got to do is look at one thing. See over here the zero line. You've got negative and positive. Zero line means right here. All right, this is zero line, and this indicator is either below the zero line or it's above the zero line. Doesn't matter what color, yellow, blue, don't pay attention to that. Is it above it or below it? And what this does is, it's our newest addition to I-zone sharpshooter. It's also a chop indicator. It can keep you out of chop and out of bad entries, but it gives you a lot more entries than just the original I-zone sharpshooter. It can override the bar color. It can be either or. What do I mean by that? Let's look at this example from NQ yesterday. Market's coming up. What is it hitting? What is this? A sell zone, right? So what happens right here? We get a cyan trend catcher pointing down, and what does that mean? That means heads up, market may be going down, right? The very next bar, what do we get? We get a confirmed solid red to go short. This trend flip line, see that? Trend flip line went red short. The trend bands turned from green to red to go short. Everything's looking great there, right? Except for one thing. Look at the shaded bar color on this bar. It's orange. It's not till the next bar that it turns red. And we need everything to line up on the solid arrow bar. So what would have happened there? We would not have entered that trade, would we? And look what we'd have missed out on. Boom. 30 points, 600 bucks on one futures contract. Okay? That's why we developed the Trendar momentum indicator. It's basically a chop filter as well, but it can flip slightly quicker than the bar chop filter. And let's look. Down here at the Trendar momentum, everything was above the zero line, but on this bar, it was below. So that is the new addition to I-zone sharpshooter. Okay, that's the new addition there. So everything, you've got to be bouncing off an I-zone. Everything has to line up red. But if the bar color is not red, but this is below zero, boom, it's still an entry. Okay, still an entry. All right, Eric, no, we don't exit until it breaks the predictor by 3 ticks. It did not break the predictor by 3 ticks. Not just, we're not trailing with these predictors just because it hit it. All right, a couple people said, oh, you would have been stopped out on that trade right there. No, it hit the predictor, but we don't get out until it breaks the predictor by 3 ticks, okay? All right, and sometimes that's a confusing thing there. Just like on our entry here, everything lines up. When this bar closes, as soon as the low of that bar is broke by 3 ticks, we enter. And if it breaks one of these predictors by 3 ticks, then we get out. Okay? So does everybody understand that? This is the newest addition here. Because if you've traded iZone Sharpshooter, you've seen that, oh man, I've seen a lot of trades, a good number of trades where we're bouncing off that iZone. Everything lines up red. We got the trend catcher arrow red, but I still got an orange bar. Like it's not showing me fully out of chop yet. So it keeps me out of that trade. Well, if this is below 0 to go short, you can still take it. So it's either or. So either the bar color has to line up, or this has to be under 0, or both. Okay, and that's the newest addition that gives us a ton more entries. Okay, let me just check out some questions here. How big the size of the yellow blue bar? Does not matter. You don't have to worry about any of the size or color. It's just simply, is it below or above? Okay. In fact, I think in our new template, we just made them all red for below and all green for above. You don't have to worry about the programming back end of that. It just has to be below it. Like here, for example, had this been a long, that would be considered long. It's above, not below. Okay. Justin, no, we're not looking at volume at all. Okay. Volume does not have to be exceeded. We have no rules for volume whatsoever in iZone Sharpshooter. Okay. So, yeah, we're not doing that at all. All right, so let's take a look here. Guys, I'm going to move along here. If I don't answer your questions, I'll go back and try to get them here. I just don't want to drag the whole webinar out too long, so I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to keep us on some timing track here. Okay. But yeah, Walter, we are working on a few of those. I mean, we do have some people trading some binaries with this system. All right, we're just still working out a few things there as far as we haven't released an official iZone Sharpshooter binary system. There's a few things that people are doing that are working great for them. We're just still working out a couple things there. So yeah, Bibic, again, you don't have to worry about the size or color of these. It's just, is it above or below it? Does that make sense? On this short example, for example, to go short, got to be bouncing off an iZone, red trend catcher, red trend bands. We have to have, it has to be on the bar that has the red trend catcher arrow, and either the bar color has to be red or this has to be below, and we take it short. Okay? So, and again, remember I showed you these others from yesterday. Look right here. Market's coming down, hitting this green zone. See that? Hitting the green zone. Well, on this bar right here, what do we have? Well, we have the green trend catcher arrow, right? Great. We've got green trend flip, right? Cool. We switch from red to green what? Trend bands. But oh, what's the bar color? Bar color's yellow or orange. Hadn't quite made it out of chop according to the bar chop filter. So with our original iZone Sharpshooter system, we would have not entered that trade, right? Those of you that have been trading it, you know that we would have not entered that trade. And what have we lost out on again? Boom, you know, another, what, 20 points, 400 bucks on NQ yesterday. But at this bar, where was the Trendar? It was above the 0 line, so we took it. We took it. Okay, and that's really what this webinar is all about, is the addition of the Trendar. The Trendar works amazing, it works great, and it gives us so many more entries, okay? But it's still keeping us in line with making sure we're bouncing off iZones, making sure the trend catcher arrow lines up with that bar, making sure the trend bands have flipped, making sure the trend flip is flipped. We're making sure that everything is in line. And do you see what I mean now about some different indicators? Shorter term, longer term chop, shorter term, longer term trend, Things that are you got to have the right combination, okay? And let's see here, like the trade that Chris Wall took towards the end of the day, coming down to an I zone here, pops up. Yeah, doesn't look like we had a full red bar there yet, but Trendar was above it, okay? Yeah, David, we entered 3 ticks above the bar, first bar. Let me show you some more examples here. So yeah, like I said, Trendar has given us a lot more examples than before. We still catch those big moves. We've got more trades each day. Our traders are loving it. You can look on our forum. They're posting trades all day long of, I got another one, I got another one, I got another one. They're in our elite trade room posting trades all day long. Just hit another one, another entry. It's amazing. Look at this chart I just put up right now. Does this chart look any different to you than the ones I've been showing you? Maybe a little bit cleaner. Is this chart that I have right here a little easier to see and understand? Yes, much cleaner, much easier to read. This is the new template that we put in the toolkit last night, okay? It's more of, I think we have it named a beginner's template, okay? But it's really everything you need though. Some of the other charts we had on here, some of our traders like to have on all these extra things and some deviation or expected volume. Do you need all that for the rules of the iZone sharpshooter? No. You know, later on as you're a more experienced trader, if you want to be able to look at expected ranges and swing trading and volume and order flow, you can. But for this system, this is what you need. And this is what's available as of right now. Okay? This is what's available as of right now. And yeah, Joseph, we don't even really use deviations for iZone sharpshooter. Okay? It's not really part of the rules at all. Okay? So this is the new template that's available. Super clean and easy. I'm just going to walk through a handful of charts here with you real quick. This was today. I pulled these today. This is NQ, the NASDAQ, today, January 7th. This morning, around 9:35. Where's the market? Right here, coming into an I zone, right? So what do we get right here? Cyan, heads up, might be turning around. And notice it gives you this heads up on this bar. This bar was still red, trend flip was still red, trend bands were still red. Everything was still red here, right? But it still gave you a heads up of, hey, you know, what the indicator form that's calculated in the background is, hey, even though everything else is pointing one way, could turn, boom. Next bar, what happens? Green trend band, green trend flip, up close bar, green color bar, and green confirmed trend catcher. So what do? 3 ticks above that, boom, took that trade this morning. Followed it all the way up here. We got in at what? 43.35, went on up to like 43.55. Boom, 20 points this morning right there on NQ, right? What about here? Coming down to another one, pop, everything lining up, took that trade. That was like 9:30 to 9:55 this morning. What happened a little after that today? This is the same chart, NQ. A little after 10 o'clock, market's back down at another I zone. What does it do? Green trend flip, green trend bands, green bar, boom, enter the trade, took it. That was like 10 something this morning, right? You see the time print on here, 10 to 10:35. A little bit later, let's see here, right here, coming down to an I zone, everything flips green, except for what? The bar color still yellow, but it's above the 0 line. Bam, got another great trade there. What happened here at 11 o'clock? Coming up to a short zone. Red, 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 take it. It's not a big trade there, but took it, right? Well, actually, no, it was. Look, because you didn't, now we would have got stopped right there. All right, because it did pop 3 ticks below there, okay? So still, you entered here, took it down, it popped up against you. You're about break even on that one. little bit later in the day, after lunchtime today. Great other short. All right, today on NQ about 2 o'clock. Great short. Got a I zone, go short, everything's short, take it down. A little bit later, 2:30. Where are we coming at you here? We've got everything popping together here. We've got trend catcher, take it all the way up here. A little bit later in the afternoon, another one coming down to a long zone here. Another example there in the afternoon, just like earlier. Lines up, everything lines up except orange bar, but we're above the line on Trendar here, so we take the trade. We take it all the way up here. Okay, another 20 points there. On and on and on. Okay, the Dow. Some of you, I was showing you some NASDAQ. Maybe you trade Dow. Here's the Dow this morning. Where was the Dow? YM. Down at a green zone, everything lines up. Green, 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 but we got an orange bar, so we can't take the trade. But oh, yes we can, because Trendar is above. We take the Dow all the way up there. That's an early trade this morning at 9 something. After 10 o'clock, what do we have here? Got another quick one there. We've got a little bit later on the Dow, 11 o'clock. Got another short one here. We've got a short zone. Everything's lining up except orange bar, but Trendar is below. We take that trade all the way down to here. I mean, there's just trades all over the place today. Today was a great day. This afternoon, about 1 o'clock, down to buy zone, green flip, green bands, green everything, but that's red. But look, green Trendar. We take the trade. Okay. Any of you trade TF, Russell? $10 a tick. Very nice. Look at this morning around lunchtime. Boom, we're up here at this zone. What happens right here? Everything flips red. We got our trend catcher arrow, confirmation. Even this is down. We enter the trade. Boom, we took this trade all the way down to about here. Till at 1062, we got in about 1074. That's about 12 points on the Russell. That's $1,200 on one futures contract right there on the Russell. And again, all these that I'm showing you are today. Okay, ES, some of your ES traders this morning, coming down to an I zone, everything turns green, we take the trade. Oil, there's one on oil today, comes down to a green I zone, oil's great today. Pops up, wait, but it's a red bar color, doesn't matter, Trendar is above it, boom, we take it. I went through and grabbed a couple FX pairs. Here's pound dollar, coming down to a green zone today, pops up, we get everything green, right? Green flip, green bands, green arrow, take the trade. Over here, same screenshot, comes up into a sell zone, everything goes red, everything's red, below it. This is orange, but this is below here, we take it for some more pips. Another pound dollar earlier, or a little bit closer to lunchtime. Down here by the zone, green, 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 arrow, take it up. Okay? So, guys, I mean, I can go on and on and on and show charts here. I think you guys have the idea. Okay? So, it's like I said, how hard is this system? It's really not. It's not complicated at all. When I showed you that first chart, you were probably like, what the heck is all this color? What is this? I'm confused, right? Well, first of all, we fixed that by giving you a much cleaner chart. Everybody agree the new template's much cleaner? Yeah. So, yeah, much, much cleaner chart. Very easy to see, very easy to use. It doesn't get much simpler than that. You don't sell at a green zone level. You don't buy at a red zone level. That's it. And everything's lining up or it's not. I mean, that's really it. I can try to give you some crazy examples here or some crazy complex programming and what we do, and this is a complex system that you have to understand. And You don't. You got it. I mean, yes, you got a sell zone or a buy zone. Do we buy or sell at red zones? We sell. Do we buy or sell at green zones? We buy. Everything lines up green, everything lines up red. If you had this template right now, this template, do you think you could trade this tomorrow? Or do you need to watch hundreds of hours of training and videos? No, I think you see it. Yeah, we have a step-by-step training video. Yeah, take some time to watch it to make sure you got everything down. But this is not something that you need to spend weeks watching videos and really studying, and I'm not sure I get it. If you don't get it, just watch this video again or watch the training course real quick and start demo trading it. I'm not saying, oh, you got it, go trade live tomorrow. No. Get it, use the template, trade it in demo, make sure you got it down, make sure you're following the rules, make sure of that, okay? Be successful in demo and then live trade it. But my point is, I said this wasn't a training webinar, it's just an overview, but yeah, there's a step-by-step training course I want you to watch, but you got it. If you don't got it, you were probably halfway watching TV while you're watching this webinar. Okay? I mean, Dustin says his son's watching this too. He says, my 10-year-old just got it. He said, let me in, Dad. So, yeah, I mean, you got it. And like I said, the one thing I want to stress here is I told you in the beginning, and this is not a sales webinar necessarily. I'm not trying to sell you on something. Yes, I'm going to show you how you can try it out, and yes, we want you to try it out. But the one thing I hate, if I'm ever watching some webinar or presentation about some strategy or system, is there's always some guru telling you, well, if you just follow me and just would have known to get in right here, you would have made all this money. And you're looking at that chart saying, really? How the heck would I have ever known to get in right there? Well, if you turn your head sideways and you kind of think about the market doing this and you knew this and you were what? Like, what? No, your system does me no good if it's not clear as day. 1, 2, 3, ABC, enter or don't. And you can see it. You can see it right there. You know what an entry is and what it's not. Okay? And again, I don't want to go show you, I don't want to go look back to last October to find some great little screenshot to show you on our webinar. That's why at the end of the day, I just grab screenshots from today. Like that was the NASDAQ today, that was the Dow today, that was the Russell, that was the ES, that was like, let me just show you today. Because if something's not working today and it worked 2 years ago, if it's not working today, I don't want anything to do with it. You're wasting my time. You know what I mean? So, all right, let me just look here, guys. I know I've got a ton of questions coming in here. Let's see here. Dimitri, thank you. I think that was a compliment. Let me see, guys. Let me just catch up on a couple of things here. I know a lot of you have questions, and most of them I'm going to still get to here. Like some of them coming in, I haven't answered yet because I'm going to get to them here in one of the next quick sections. I'm just going to cover 1 or 2 quick things here, and then I'm going to show you where you can check everything out here. Clayton, do I prefer daytime or nighttime trading? You can use this to trade any market. You know, stocks, futures, Forex, CFDs, you can trade it any time of day. I personally, you know, I trade a lot of the US indices, so I obviously prefer trading those early morning, but you can trade this at night with Forex as well, or with anything else. Let's see here. Brian, in NinjaTrader, when you first open the chart and you select the instrument, you know, like if you're selecting NASDAQ or Russell and you click it, over to the right, towards the top right, there's a little drop-down box and you got to select diagnostic bars or continuum bars. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll show you. Several of you are asking about, hey, how do I trade this with Nadex spreads? I'll show you here in just a second where you can get some info on that. Abdul, we're about to talk about some scalping right now. Steve, it'll work on anything. Yes, this system, these indicators, these templates, we have, our toolkit is designed to work with NinjaTrader, okay? But that does not mean, and yes, and on NinjaTrader, you can any instrument you can open on NinjaTrader, you can use this on, all right? But just because our toolkit is designed and programmed inside of NinjaTrader, some people say, oh man, I'd love to try out your system, but I'm with MT4 or I'm with someone else. I don't want to switch my broker. I don't want to move everything over to NinjaTrader. You don't have to, okay? Yes, you can use this on NinjaTrader. You can open an account with NinjaTrader. You can trade right off the chart with NinjaTrader, whatever, okay? But if you don't want to move brokers, you don't have to. You can still just use NinjaTrader and use our toolkit and use our template and our charting as the charting to see your entries and exits. You can still place your orders on whatever platform or broker you use, okay? So don't think that, oh, I don't want to use this system because I don't want to move my broker. Well, don't. You'll just have a separate charting system, or you're using this system, you enter your order on MT4. No big deal, okay? You don't have to switch over your broker at all. Okay, I know that that's been a point of confusion for some people, is you can chart on NinjaTrader without having a brokerage account with NinjaTrader. And we show you how to do that for free, by the way. We show you how to get NinjaTrader free, how to get data feeds for free. Like, it won't cost you anything, okay? Let's see here. Darby, I appreciate that. I might just do that, actually.